Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero-like defender of the fatherland of here to a 1v1 on Amilly Fields. The north it is Batonchik fighting here for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the elite Panzerlehr Panzerdivision with defensive elite troops and storm doctrine. In the south it is Jibber, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here with the 3rd Armored Division with infantry, armor, and airborne company. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters. Without them and their invaluable support, the Propagandacast would not be able to keep doing what it does. So big thanks to all those wonderful people who keep supporting on a monthly basis. Other people who join the ranks and support the Propagandacast that way by pledging on Patreon. Or you can donate by PayPal. Links are in the video description as well. That also helps me out a bunch there, of course. And finally, you can also pre-order Companies 3 through the link in the comments. Use the code STUG3G, full caps on the letters anyways, as that helps me out a bunch there as well. That also gives a bit of share there of that, so consider doing that. And you can also just finally comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. So, double gun DC versus a rough start. Looks like Batonchik will go for an infantry build here to match Jibber on the front line here. A somewhat common Wehrmacht build as of late. Not super common. Okay, we do get the MG42 just into now. Most players tend to go for the gun DC and the MG42 right away, because that way they can sort of get the machine gun up fairly fast. Whereas this kind of opening means like you're slightly behind there, but I'm guessing Batonchik just wants more infantry out faster. All the way, gun is MG42. Jibber here with infantry, featuring rifleman defensive structures, the M20 modern mortar half-track, the M1919 A6 light machine gun, time on target artillery barrages, and the priest howitzer, a self-propelled howitzer. So, 3rd Route Squad there for Jibber. Main force here is in the west, as Batonchik is putting his main effort towards the east here. Quickly popping into the shed there, checking it for anything. Alright, Carl, did you find any, like, French wine? No, goddamn Frenchmen. I don't think they're gonna hide wine under a small shed like this. Well, clearly. Yeah, I don't know either. So, there we go. Engage from the west here and the east. The east and then the east are probably going to try and buy time, but the gun east and the west, I think we'll have to retreat. If we do get the MD42, so maybe we can also go for a stall tactic. There we go, catch Ralph Squad here. Ludwig drops first here as the first casualty of this match. Ralph Squad, they're still pressed. More moving in. Their machine needs to catch up here. 3rd Ralph Squad there for Batonchik. In the south, you can see the Reartions are basically running a sort of smaller tactical retreat here, being pursued there by German infantry. Machine moving up further here. Ralph Squad, they're moving around. They've got a minor casualty here. Ralph Squad, they're being suppressed. May soon get pinned down. Bobby there drops dead here. 3rd Ralph Squad, they are Gunnery Squad moving up here. Machine moving up again. Ralph Squad keeps crawling here like a bunch of insects. But there you go, Ralph Squad on flank here. Jibber here running the long con on Batonchik. Gunnery Squad needs to retreat. And there you go, flanking up behind it. The situation here for Batonchik is quickly getting very hazardous here. And he may have to just completely retreat everything he has here, or risk, you know, losing the MD4 to a Ralph or Gunnery Squad here to Jibber. There you go, once suppressed. The problem is there's still just more infantry here than there is for Batonchik, and the machine gun is just not in a position to really stop them. We got the guns coming up here, still pursuing the Reactions there. They've been doing a great job there, by just keeping a Gunnery Squad occupied. There we go. Gunnery is retreating here. Machine gun will also get out of there now, or it's going to get wiped. So Jibber here with 4 Rifle Squads is off to a very strong start. Batonchik is yet to take up. They may want to consider doing that. And there you go, machine gun is now retreating, but again, he might have sticked around here for too long and could be at risk of handing the MD42 to Jibber, which would be disastrous for Batonchik in the early game. Pani is pursuing up here. Of course, it hasn't been all lost here for Batonchik. I mean, he secured a fuel point while Jibber hasn't, so there's obviously still something going right here for Batonchik, but crucially, I would say, in some regards, this has worked out fairly well for Jibber in other ways. Tech on the way there for Batonchik and the Germans. There's sneaking about 2 men left, but they're still going to try and grab some points in, try and disrupt Batonchik's fuel economy. Some daring moves there by Jibber. I imagine it's taking up here. You'll have to see, yeah, it is the lieutenant. And there you go, car point hit. And with that, Batonchik is without control of fuel. And he's going to lose the pioneers at the Ralph Squad here. Really punishing Batonchik if not retreating them sooner. Jibber there is just leading in very aggressively here. And he can already now start laying down mines and sandbags with the riflemen, which would definitely make things much more painfully for Batonchik. So we'll of course have to see if Jibber proceeds to do that, or he's saving up munitions specifically for a lot of light machine guns, because the full Rifle Squad and Lieutenant We didn't get a lot of light machine guns going there. So, strong start here. Fresh pioneers out there. Building, I like to Mechanized company next, and then armoured car for Batonchik most likely. They could go for half track as well. We'll have to see that. Gunny's got the retreating Ralph squad here. Got the point there. We got the centre. And we got the Mechanized command post upgrade there for Jibber. Freedom and Democracy. And there you go. Batonchik with elite troops featuring stun grenades or concussor grenades. Stormtroopers, Jägerlight infantry upgrades, Panzer Tactician, and the Tiger Ace. No, there was no real such thing as stun grenades in the Second World War. You basically just had grenades without fragmentation sleeves, which are just basically concussor grenades, and you know, just rely more on the shock force. So, yeah, but no such thing as stun grenades. But this was Ralph's caught there. Few upon there being hit with taking the western one, plus having cut it off there. Note again the emphasis on like disrupting the fuel flow here by both players. Very good, top-notch stuff there. Armoured car fully done. Light machines for Batonchik, so I'm guessing no G for the feast. I would argue G for the feast in the Grenadiers actually is quite helpful as the American rifleman. Tends to give the Grenadiers a bit of a better chance there. Light machine, though, of course, is still a good upgrade. I'm not dismissing that. Armoured car out there for Batonchik, and Jibber's very close to the Steward light tank. Ralph's got they almost taken out here. And note here the deep flank on the point here. Good setup there by Jibber. Thumbs up. Really good maneuvering over here by Jibber. Displaying some very solid infantry tactics there. Machine turning around, but there you go. What will actually help it is the arrival of the armoured car here. And there's even a chance that Jibber could lose the Ralph squad here, depending on how aggressively Batonchik sets after the squad here. But clearly concerned about something. Batonchik does not send on a pursuit here. Possibly respond here to a major breakthrough in the centre by Jibber and in the east. Meaning he can't, I guess, figure he can't, you know, commit the armoured car to the pursuit, then hit a possible wipe. Stuart lighting for Jibber, that will require a Pack 40 for Batonchik or multiple armoured cars or a Telemine in the right place. But I imagine he's going for medic bunkers here. Yup. So no mines. There we go. Concussor grenade here. Stuns one rifle squad, but the other one's still there. Just not enough there for Batonchik's Grenadiers. Just not enough. Ambulance on the way there for Jibber as well. Ground back that fuel point on the west. We have 5 squads of infantry versus just 3. Plus machine and armoured car. Definitely gives Jibber some ability to control the map here. Bazooka there for Jibber's lieutenant to deal with the armoured car. Plus any other things Batonchik might be scheming about. Western point almost secured. The centre there, Grenadiers grab the centre victory point steadily.
Ready for action.
And there we go. Ambulance out there for Jibber. Back here reinforcing. And soon healing. Quiet here and cross the entire front line. Pioneers moving forwards, and yep. Oh, we actually do get some D for defeat as well for Batonchik. Nice. Nothing wrong with mixing up the D for defeat and that machine guns either. Grenadiers just retreating because, well, the opposites stand no chance against the Steward light tank. And there we go, Pack 40, which thanks to this particular bulletin. Oh, never mind. It's the one for the Pack 43. I thought it was the one for, you know, the Pack 40 and the Pack 40 last 50% build speed. I'm guessing this could be a mistake there for Batonchik. Anyways. Pack 40 on the way there for Batonchik. Will help against the Stewart there, of course. Though needs to catch up with it in the first place. Graham needs some victory point here with the G33 Grenadiers. Big push here. We got Mindful of Jibber, obviously very much aware of the possibility of Batonchik laying down Telemines to catch the Stewart light tank or any future tanks, so getting Mindful ready for that is very smart and sensible there. Thumbs up to Jibber. And we in fact do have Telemines down there from Batonchik, so he actually had laid some down. In which case this is really good for Jibber. He actually went for that Minesweeper. Pack 40 at the ready there. Good shot to a light tank. In fact, it's already suffered quite a bit of damage here. Theoretical tiny chance of knocking it out here, but that would require a fair amount of luck here, which Batonchik currently is not in possession of. Roscoe there sent running away like a pack of rats on fire. On the west, the Roscoe falling back. Eastern fuel for the machines for the Grenadiers. And we got here Jibber with a surprise. It is the M21 mortar half tank. Adding in some self-propelled artillery of the lighter kind, he provided himself with immediate and very mobile artillery support. Thumbs up there to Jibber. The mortar half tank in the right hands can be quite powerful like most other mortars, but it also acts as white phosphorus on top of heavy mortar barrages. A high explosive one, whatever. Okay, we got Batonchik here adding against his own spices, going for the stormtroopers. Also very nice addition over the MP40s. And I was saying, the skilled player's hand, they can be particularly powerful. Now we got the mortar after they're joining in. This match is definitely getting interesting here. Very quickly there, good something about the storms. Again, the MP40s are capable of dealing quite a bit of damage fast there. Gonna use here in the west, we got there dug in Jibber, plenty of sandbags, and of course using the natural terrain to that way place the sandbags behind, so that way the enemy can't actually make use of the heavy cover themselves, and so he doesn't have to bother laying down barbed wire. Very efficient there. Thumbs up to Jibber. Batonchik here definitely feeling the heat here from Jibber, Freedom and Democracy. We got the first light machine going up. Stuart Mortar up to the move here. Ralph's coming up here as well. And the machine in the center could get wiped out. That was definitely, I think, an awkward call there by Batonchik, so up there. But in this case, he did not get punished too harshly. And there goes smoke being deployed here by Jibber. But there goes Stuart, nonetheless, run straight to Pack 40 here. It looks like he's going to try and drive right past to clear it out. But there's a chance it gets Pantherfiles, in which case the Pack 40 could finish it off here. Does it happen? No. Looks like... Oh, they might going to use it with the Pantherfaust. Pack 40, though, isn't shooting. Oh, got him, Himmel. And he loses the Grenadiers on top of that. And he doesn't get rid of the Stuart Light Tank. That is a disastrous development here for Batonchik. Failed to destroy the Stuart. Wasted the Pantherfaust effectively. And lost the Grenadier squad. We do have another Storm squad here. And MP40 is going to go for White here. I like the addition of more Storms here by Batonchik, though. Again, they are quite good with their MP40s. He's being hammered here. Storm's being pursued here. There we go. Could get a wipe here, though, which definitely have back for the losses there. But no, the Stuart is making things difficult to close in here. And he has to retreat in the end. Quite some fantastically fierce fighting here between Batonchik and Jibber. And the Warcraft just keeps flying away during all of this. Troop reinforcing healing setting out there. Stuart there once we're being hauled back for repairs back at Jibber's base. Reinforcement healing as well. Maybe a few more light machine guns. I mean, he has some munitions to definitely, I think, equip several of the squads level light machine guns. The question is just how many does he decide to upgrade. There we go. I think that's pretty much almost all of them except the Lieutenant. And he can actually upgrade him now as well. At which point he's going to have like 5 light machine gun teams, which is a lot of light machine guns and some fairly powerful infantrymen. More to their hit on the Stormtroopers, need to fall back here. They are simply at too low health to face off against that many riflemen with that many light machine guns at that range. Even at closer ranges, that's going to be a tough call there, and I think the best move here would be for Batonchik to retreat them, unless he's got someone nearby with medikits to heal them out. Smoke being deployed again here, supporting the advance here with the infantry force there under Jibber's command. Thumbs up here. Excellent use of smoke here. Quite disruptive, as you can see here, and thus makes it easy for Jibber just to get very aggressive with his infantry when he messes up there. Batonchik's ability to set up a cohesive defense. But there you go. Note the way he's using the Stormtroopers here, looking to catch Ralph's squad there from an angle where they don't expect it. And there you go. Going in hard here for Deutschland. There we go. 2 MP40. You can see they're doing intense amount of damage to the 2 squads here. Ralph's squad there suffering heavy losses and are being forced to retreat here. The biding his time here with the Stormtroopers turned out to be a really smart move there. Batonchik with low health. Just wait for the other ones to arrive. And then have the ones with more health draw the fire, allowing the other ones to still do a lot of damage. Smart play by Batonchik, though risky. Definitely risky. And there you go, has to retreat now. West side of fuel being grabbed, eastern one being grabbed in the east there as well. Stormtrooper could move to the Lieutenant, clear him out here. Fixing up the armoured car. Tech there for Batonchik, very good. As for Jibber, no tech yet. Stormtroopers running out here, close to Veterans 1, waiting for the Lieutenant, I guess, to move towards the victory point and then try and get a wipe. Armor car there to 10, 11 kills actually. Stuart with 4 kills, but is very close to Veterans 2 itself. They're going moving forward, see. Jibber fearlessly advances for democracy. Don't worry, it's not like the Germans have mastered the art of camouflage. I'm not going to get punished for this one. Oh, god damn it. There you go, tactical advance here. Again, incredible amount of DPS. And Lieutenant there wiped out. Thumbs up to Batonchik. Veterans run the Stormtroopers. 5 kills. And the west side here, Ralph's against the Grenadiers here. Not a great position for the Grenadiers to be in the first place. But there you go. Ralph's almost wiped out. Jibber definitely taking no chances around these Stormtroopers. In the center, they aim forward to the right squad. The armored car joining in the front. Pack 40 could wreck the tank traps, I guess. Mortar after there's 2 kills so far, veterans 1, but even if it's not directly doing a lot of damage, it's clearly making Batonchik very uncomfortable with its disruptive ability to see it against him. Also, Jibber's floating quite a bit of manpower yet to take up. Something like this Ralph scored here. There we go. Again, forcing retreat here quite easily. No support core yet. I would definitely recommend some armor soon here from Batonchik versus Jibber. The sooner the better, even. Pack 40 in trouble here. Stewart racing in. Armored car taking some light hits here. Western plumbing grabbed with the stormtroopers. Stewart racing in here around to the Panther Faust. Armored car the knocked out. Great kill here for Jibber. Pack 40 though. Is it high risk getting right to the Rav squad? There we go. Another Panther Faust. But the pack troop is going to go down. Still no Supremo Court, no Panzers. Crewing the pack up again, but need to get rid of those Rav squads here. Oh, that Rav squad. It's like have the pack even like remotely have a chance taking out the Steward. There we go. Another Panther Faust. At this rate, he's going to end like Panther Faust and the Steward to death, rather than, you know, shooting it with a pack. And there we go. I'd say that ends up being a fairly decent trade-off for Jibber. I mean, not only to take out the armored car, bleed out his opponent a bunch, but he also, like, you know, ate a lot of munitions on that one. That's like 100 munitions to, like, take out that one Steward. So while he may have lost it, he definitely made it pretty damn expensive for Batonchik to take it out. There we go again. Note the way he's using the train here. There we go. Tactical advance again on the retreat path here. 2 thumbs up to Batonchik. I'm really liking this. You know, he's making excellent use of the stormtroopers. Definitely think, you know, one of those players to watch for if you like want to get better with the stormtroopers. I mean, you know, note the way again he just always wants them to, you know, fire, and then always use the terrain, you know, jumps from cover to cover. That way advances up there, gets them as close as possible, and then unleashes, you know, hell at point blank range if possible with tactical advantage. So thumbs up there to Batonchik. I mean, this is top-notch stormtrooper play, which I have not really seen the likes of in quite some time. There we go. You can see the Jibber's starting to get paranoid about the stormtroopers. Very paranoid. You wouldn't be surprised at this rate. After this match, Jibber's going to be like checking, you know, under the bed for German stormtroopers as well. So Pomako finally up there for Batonchik, but he's going to be behind here. Jibber, who's got the Sherman already on the way here. We got the Panther on the way. The stormtroopers there do narrowly get out. Bearcat troop forcing healing. Panther on the way there for Batonchik. Sherman almost done for Jibber. Freedom and Democracy, the 3rd armoured. Mortar after the 4 kills. Again, smoke being deployed here. I think it's just doing it at this point to mess a bit there with Batonchik. I wouldn't be surprised. But also in this case, I'm just move on the point and adjusting safely as well. So now Pidgeon Power used thumbs up, and there you go. The heavy barrage there with delayed fuse barrages. Close call there for Batonchik. 742 storms they narrowly missed the major. Lucky there for Jibber. Sherman up, but we've also got the Panther there for Batonchik. Storms was hiding out here, but again, Jibber's got a rough idea where they are, so he's sort of like, you know, going to be blasting all the shrubberies and just doing about there. God damn it! Where are those crowds hiding? Fire! Fire! God damn it! The sergeant's lost it again. Again? I think you should have seen him in Italy. Panther was the Sherman. West side here, Stormtroopers down the point here. Panther taking some light hits here. Shoots, misses the Sherman with the pack 40. Makes up for that. Still Panther down to half health here. Need to be careful. Pop smoke. Quick maneuver or response there by Batonchik. Pushing up that eastern fuel point. Bit of quiet here. Stormtroopers back to hiding out. And these MP4s heading out as well. There's Stormtroopers heading westwards. Actually 2 by the way. Which definitely gives them a nice boost to the accuracy, which again means once they pop up with tactical advance, they can really start inflicting some pain and they become even more amazing at veteranly free here. But in this case, they're getting spot hammered there by an enemy mortar fire. I mean, Jibber's really like leveraging this mortar after incredibly well. It's rare to see someone actually use mortar after nowadays, be they German or American. So nice to see there, Jibber putting it to good, effective use. East side, you've got the Bazooka team moving forward into the Gundis. He's Pioneers and he's caught with the Median Raft Squad there. There's some Drow that need to fix up that Panda 4. And certainly at this point, oh! Managed to like slip past in the 5th Cal's line of fire. And there we go, going at it with a Stormtrooper at point blank range. In this case, they're a bit too slow, but still. Really sneaky play there by Batonchik. Almost losing the Stormtrooper though, which would obviously be significantly less sneaky if he lost them. Northeast Storms to the Banham gun out against Raft Squad there, burning them out. Oh, Concussive Grenade line. The Storm in this case are close in. They're on the Raft Squad without needing to respond. There we go. Forcing Jibber to retreat here. Thumbs up to Batonchik. Raft Squad heading for the eastern point here. Pioneers reinforcing. We'll have to do the Ghost for next. So Stugops I think will be helpful as the arm. Instead he's going for a Pack 40 number 2. Either indicates concern here or Batonchik is planning to just go straight for tier 4 here. I would definitely not wildly advise. Eastern point being ceased. We got the second Pack 40 halfway done here. Ground lost and fuel point of the Stormtroopers. Others basically hit back at base reinforcing healing. They are very close to Betty 2 themselves. Also got the Bazooka team up here on the rear echelons. 50 cals there for Jibber to help contain the German infantry. Yeah, this definitely feels like Batonchik is now planning to go straight for 2 there. On the western Storm Scout Raft Squad, getting up close, Betty 2. They do a great amount of damage in pushing back the Raft Squad there with some well-placed shots. Storms to the eastwards, very close to Betty 2 there. Very, very close. And again, note the way he's just creating cover. It definitely requires a lot more, attention and management and all that. But again, well handled. Can be really powerful. There we go. Catch Raft Squad out of cover. There we go. Betty 2 gained as well. Gunnies moving as well there. Forced to retreat in this case because the Betty 3 squad could have popped like a concussive grenade. Used the Gunnies actually draw away the attention of the Raft Squad there. There are a few things we could have done. Or even popped a smoke grenade. Oh well. Pushing for that west field point again here. Give the routine to think, oh, good map control here. Shed destroyed, removing one strong point here for Jibber, though there's still the other shed, the brick shed. More Raft Squads there for Jibber to replace the ones he did lose here to the Germans. 5th guard there drawing far away from the Panther 4, Pack 4 is at the ready. Pushing away off there. Stormtroopers getting ready for the next big push, I guess, for Deutschland. Panther going for the Sherman, good shot there. What will Jibber be going for next? Sherman, Jacksons, Scots, Priest. And there you go, good shot in the reaction, pushing them back. Season the Santiago, of course, Neepy man for that mortar half track. As Jibber, of course, has shown himself being quite good at getting those barrages off. Heading for the eastern field pond there, western one claimed here by Jibber. Note though, he keeps splitting up the Stormtroopers. I do feel like Batonchik would get a bit more leverage out of them. He actually, used them together. That way, hit a unit from south of the Stormtrooper. I think that decreases the chance of actually getting a good wipe here on Jibber. And I'd imagine that's really what Batonchik is looking for right now, is getting some wipes there on Jibber and the Americans. More MD-4 in the center, they definitely need to get out of there. Not entirely sure he wants to send machine into, like, the spot that's going to just draw all of the attention and all of the firepower. There we go. Another unit wiped here as soon as popped to the shed there. Batonchik pops it like a pimple. Jackson tanks there for Jibber. Freedom and democracy. Storms above there near ace level. There we go, creeping up. There we go. Just as soon as he senses something's off there, Jibber just hits retreat. There you go, closing the Raft Squad here. That's it, bit of a long run. There you go, concussive grenade. Jibber repositioning, and the Storms are closing a bit further. Van Grenade. Go, they're going to have to retreat soon. Are they going to get murdered? They might still get murdered, honestly, thanks to that Van Grenade. There you go, caught with the 5th cal, still gaining veterans from the Stormtroopers. Not half bad. We got the Jackson out there for Jibber. As for Batonchik, we do have tier 4 research. Will he be going straight for the Tigers? Will he be planning Panthers? That, of course, is going to be the big question here between Jibber and Batonchik. That said, The Tiger Ace or anything big, of course, is going to be great here for Jibber's tank destroyers. And of course, if Jibber goes for multiple, it's going to be, I think, a particularly bad idea for Batonchik to consider like something really big here versus Jibber. That's the sort of situation where like just going for a lot of Stooks, I think, would serve Batonchik notably better. Punishing westwards. Got western fuel point there for Deutschland. Brasswald on the up here, a bit of a probing attack here by Jibber, right into the Panther 4, there we go, the gunnies, but there you go, Jackson reveals himself opening up the Panther 4, good shot here, Storm's pushing forwards. And of course got more mortar fire here against Batonchik's position, Panther 4 down to half health here, Pack shooting, home to cat, but Sherman just isn't landing those hits. There we go, going for the gun, Ralph got it, but there you go, caught by the 5th cavalry. Batonchik, Stormtrooper sneak assault there, completely falls flat on his face. But he still keeps at it, popping a smoke grenade, he pushes through for Deutschland. In the east, Stormtrooper's coming in there as well, it looks like. And far west, it goes for the Sherman. If the Panther could continue to pursue, it would be great if he had multiple Panzer 4s here. It would also be great for Batonchik, but again, he can't decide to go for tier 4 here. Still hasn't built a heavy Panzer Corps. Definitely could indicate he's planning something like the Tiger Ace here versus Jibber. East side here, going to be Stormtrooper they're catching here. Jibber's eastern force here and forces an immediate route there. Again, got the Stormtrooper making use of the terrain to creep up in the 5th cal there. And once more causes a bit of mess there for Jibber's plans. Fun fact, the Americans did, by the way, try to make use of camouflage on the Western Front. It's just, the problem was, the average American trooper pretty much at this point expected the Germans to be the ones in camouflage. When they tried it out, they began shooting on their own guys, assuming them to be Germans because they were wearing camouflage. So, little fun fact there. So they kind of had to drop that one there. That's the power of branding, people. That's the power of branding. Anyways, Storms they push back. I think against these two squads, you definitely need to like attack the 2 Storms squad at the same time with some other support here. But yeah, the way he's flooding manpower and fuel definitely tells us that Batonchik is absolutely going to stall for the Tiger Ace here. And of course, at this point, I'm starting to imagine Jibber's going to like start to catch on. That means he's going to go for another Jackson, which definitely means the Tiger Ace is going to have a bit of a tougher time there. Gunnies and was rough squad there, heavy cover versus light, or none in fact. Sherman going for the Panther shot bouncers. In part because it's firing high explosives rather than armor-piercing rounds. So their pioneers with MG4 to support here. I'm surprised he hasn't like tried to like, make a push for that mortar after it with his Panzer 4. Blitz after it and, hope to take it out there. I mean, getting rid of this mortar, I think, would do a lot of good here for Batonchik right now as Jibber. I mean, at this point, he just needs to build a heavy Panzer Corps. He has the manpower, more or less. He just needs the heavy Panzer Corps and then a bit more fueling call in the Tiger Ace here versus Jibber. Gunnies around it. Panther 4 there close to Veteran 2. Sherman is also closing in. Got those 2 Stormtroopers to move again. Looks like this time they might be a bit more coordinated, or not, because the Panther 4 kind of messed with their pathing there. Rascals back in their position there behind the sandbags. Rascal aiming up the flank here. Stormtroopers again making use of the train to just go straight for the 5th car. There go pop 10 to Vanti. Could he get a wipe this time around? He almost got it. Almost so close there though for Batonchik. Almost had it there. Meanwhile in the east, Rascal caught by the Stormtroopers there again. Near wipe. Might be able to use these ones to get it in there actually. No, terrain here I think ends up aiding Jibber's rifle a bit. All the light cover. Really close though, really close. So, smoke grenade here as well. Sharp. And there you go, heavy Panzer Corps for Batonchik. He is very, very close to that Tiger Ace here versus Jibber. Now we'll see what he does here. Smoke being deployed around the center line to grab the center victory point without much interference here from Batonchik's force unless they run straight into it. East side there, Jackson slightly sided by the gunnies, moving up again here again. Using the cover, just creeping up down the 50 cal there. modifying the before to ace level. There we go. Man, I wonder where those Germans are. God damn it, Bobby, just shut up. There we go. I mean, that is just tactical beauty there from Batonchik. I think he had popped out advance, the might have been able to get the wipe, but even then he just does a lot of damage, forces the retreat here. Tiger Rays out there for Batonchik and the 2nd Panzer Division here. Jibber's only got 1 tank destroying them, some bazookas to try and stop that, of course, alongside the Sherman. So if Batonchik, I think, you know, leverages this Tiger Rays, will get to some serious damage here to Jibber. So Ralph squad about to caught him by the Tiger Rays. East side, Sherman forward, pack 45 into the rear there. Good shot on the Ralph squad there. Takes out several kills there. But the Tiger Rays all in front of the Jackson. Almost got the Ralph squad here. Yeah, I think that's going to wipe here on Jibber. Unless he gets very lucky, which apparently he does. There's a plan for him going here for the Sherman and East, but he's forced to disengage. Really lucky there for Jibber. So on the west coming forwards here. Those of you going for the Tiger Rays firing at the side armor, which was 80 millimeters thick. Meaning even some early bazookas will actually struggle to penetrate that from the side. Jackson is trying to at the Tiger Rays. See, we got artillery strike called in on the pack 40. Tiger Rays down to half health. I mean, at this point, Batonchik really should invest into another Pioneer squad to assist repairs on his armor, because he's got a Tiger Rays and a Panther 4. And 1 Pioneer squad, even with the self-repair builds in the Tiger Rays, it's just not going to be sufficient here for Batonchik. So more Pioneers, I think, will at this point be an absolute necessity. And of course, now we can see Jibber's bringing in the 2nd Jackson tank destroyer. So of course, he's going to need some serious gunnery here to threaten that Tiger Race. Got the 5th car there with the Grenadiers. But yeah, more Pioneers, I think, right now absolutely should be priority for Batonchik, and maybe a Stu, but absolutely more Pioneers. There we go. Should of course also use the vehicle repairs again. It allows the Tiger Rays to fix up some of its damage. Which obviously I think will be very helpful here for Batonchik and getting his Tiger Rays back into the fight as soon as possible. Still, he did grab a 5th kill here from Jibber, so that's something there for Batonchik.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
So there you go, fresh Pioneers out. Apparently no usage of self-repair down the Tiger Rays. Feel like that's a bit of a waste here. In terms of time, that is. As again, I imagine the priority for Batonchik should be to get the Tiger Rays back into the fight as soon as possible here versus Jibber, and not to, like, you know, wait too long to get it going again. There we go. Panther Force is good to go. Now it's just a matter of the Tiger Rays and the center storming forwards here. Quickly caught, they are routed without mercy here by Batonchik. Jibber going for that machine team in the west, need to retreat immediately. 2 Pioneers will still get the Tiger Rays fixed relatively fast, but you know, this would definitely get it going a bit faster. And in a match like this, even a few seconds can easily end up making a big difference. Panther for the gain weight to 2 shots and added, got Storms with Rifle in the east here, just ripping them apart there. At close range, Riflemen are powerless against the might of the Stormtroopers. Ralph's body being hammered and sent by the Panther gun into the Jacksons are definitely tearing out chunks of the Panther Force hull. Tiger Rays stays almost good to go. But again, as you might notice, he has to move over to the Panther Force. Again, he's forcing up and repaired. Imagine he just, you know, used vehicle crew repair there. He would have been able to send out at full health faster. So definitely, I think, a bit of a mistake there by Batonchik not choose the ability. Bazookas there firing at the Tiger Rays. Shots bounced, but there go the Jackson on the scene here. Definitely forces Batonchik to already withdraw his Tiger Rays here. Simply too much damage now being inflicted on it to keep up the fight here. Panther Force almost fixed again. Will he this time use the self-repair ability? I do not know. You can also see a Batonchik is definitely more than defensive now versus Jibber. Like, I think he needs to, like, get these 2 tanks fixed up to the same level fast, and then commit them, I think, alongside the Storm's more aggressive push against Jibber. I would advise a push through here, sort of swing up behind Jibber's front line here, or through here. Either way, though, he should avoid, I think, pushing straight through the center, how tempting it is. So in this case, though, moving in there again, notice she's absolutely just hosing that 5th car crew in a matter of seconds, wiping it. The Major there also going down. I mean, these Stormtroopers are just at virtually free absolute tough as nail bastards. Just ripping those Yankees apart. There you go, straight into the infield. Ralph scored there, wasn't expecting that. Concussive grenade as well, but the Storms are now taking a lot of damage here from the Sherman supporting the infantry here. Tiger Ace there again, no sort of repairs, but the Panforce almost good to go here. East side, we got infantry 40 as well here, flanking the flank here. I've been destroying the 5th Colored East, very smart there. We got Silver Bazookas drop. He could theoretically like grab those for the Pioneers. I mean, getting some bazooka teams himself wouldn't, you know, be terrible here for Batonchik versus Jibber. Wouldn't be terrible. Jackson bounces off the Tiger Tank's front armor. Second, though, doesn't. Eastern Pomp sees the rough squad here. West side is practically forgotten here. Batonchik definitely seems a bit skittish here versus Jibber. Not quite as bold in some regards as he used to be. But there you go. Panther 4 good to go. Tiger Ace itself close to Veteran 2 here. I need to get those tanks going. He needs to get that Blitzkrieg spirit flowing. There you go. Reason's about to grab at least one of the bazookas back. Jackson's there tearing into the Tiger Ace. Needs to hit 5th cal. There's the Ralph squad here. Quickly forcing retreat there on Jibber. Very good. But needs to get those field points. Part of nothing else to deny them to Jibber, I guess. But he also needs to get those victory points because he's definitely falling behind Jibber now here. And really also has good commit more on the west side. Storm's being sent westwards. 24 kills on that squad. Panther 4 pack heading eastward. Try and capture the Sherman, destroy it. Storm's grabbing the center point here. There you go. Sherman disengaging in the face of the Panther 4. Mortar half to the east, 10 kills, but again, it's been a really good investment here for Jibber. I mean, 2 thumbs up to Jibber on that mortar half track. That's been an absolutely solid investment there for him.
Crowds are taking one of our points.
Up eastern victory point. Creeping up the Stormtroopers again, all time active spotters for the Tiger Ace. And there you go, right from the court here. Stormtroopers, they almost got taken out by the Tiger Ace. That's not great. Hey, watch for your shooting, Doomkopf. Jackson, they're firing at the Tiger Ace. Western point, we see the other Stormtrooper squad here. Jackson moving forwards. Going straight for that Tiger Ace. Great shot there through the hedges. Need to fix up the Tiger Ace again, but I also feel like just Batonchik needs to get a bit more aggressive. Like, he needs to catch Jibber off guard somehow. Because otherwise, I mean, he's just going to like keep snapping max range for the Jackson. So he needs to, like, you know, negate that range for maneuver. You know, catching Jibber off guard from an angle he isn't expecting, and that way deliver some serious damage. Because you get rid of those 2 Jacksons pretty quickly, like, you know, in a good push. Jibber's going to be in some really, really deep trouble against a Tiger Ace. But so far, the way that Jose Batonchik is maneuvering the Tiger Ace in this Panther 4, he's not exactly making things difficult for Jibber's Jacksons at all. So I don't think there needs to be like a slight change there tactically here by Batonchik and how he approaches this. Also machine gun bunker up here. Cover the flank there against infantry maneuvers. I feel like further betrays some more defensive mindset now here for Batonchik, which really, at this stage, he needs to like get aggressive. Like, Jackson's just, I think, really just put in a position where he cannot afford to be defensive because, again, they can just, you know, snipe at it from a safe range. And that means you can't play defensively. That means you have to get aggressive. But again, he's just constantly trying to, like, you know, slug it out at long ranges, which is just guaranteed losing range against 2 Jacksons. Still, he's pushing back Jibber somewhat, so it's clearly not all bad here for him, but he also needs to grab these if you want, but he needs to like get more aggressive. He needs to like apply pressure more efficiently here to Jibber, I think. As for Jibber, I mean, he can just keep up what he's doing. I mean, so far it's definitely working well, though he does, of course, need to be more mindful of the flanks, and to get a potential flank there from Batonchik could screw him over severely, but he's so far, I think, you know, putting more mind into flanking that Batonchik is. Also deploying smoke quite efficient, whereas Batonchik just isn't doing a lot except the occasional smoke grenade from the Stormtroopers at this point. There we go, deploying smoke here to just fire volley bazookas at the bunker. Sneaky play there by Jibber. 150 was 310. Tiger is good to go once more. 13 kills for T2. Also gives access to the very nice spearhead ability. We'll have to see if it makes use of that. But so far, he has some self-repair, so it would not be surprised if not using spearhead either. Good shot on the Sherman there. But again, the Jackson just wasn't well. At least can use the Stormtroopers to grab the point there without anyone being able to like shoot them because they can't see them. They could just watch as the flag sort of just pulls down on his own. My God, the point is haunted. No. It's the Germans. German ghosts! No! German stormtroopers. Stormtrooper ghosts. God damn it, it's not ghosts!
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
Bazooka find in the Panther 4. Heavy bazooka find fat there. Got the fighting position ripped out of there. Pack 4 is being forced. There you go. Panther 4 is getting hit with so many bazookas. It's forced to pull back here. The Stormtroopers meanwhile are running a gauntlet in the center here. Trying to grab the point while staying alive. He's just Jib unleashes every gun that can hit them. There you go. Shamlon's got only to shoot the Stormtrooper squad. No ties to boot forwards there. Maybe it was a misclick. On the west side, you've got it moving as well there. And another fighting position here. There's definitely more defensive mindset from both, but again, Jibber with the longer range there on his stuff can sort of more afford it, and Batonchik really doesn't have that same range on his, armor. Almost got a Jackson there. Pop smoke, and then blitzes away. He's actually using spear though. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. They may want to allow to shoot an infantry, so they can actually get some good shots in the pursuing the echelons. West side there, Jackson moving pretty forwards. I mean, that was half decent push to the Batonchik, but again, I think would have served better by some maneuvering on the flanks here. Handful's good to go. Still has to use the self-repair though on that Tiger Ace. Also, it's worth noting, actually has got like full bingo. I mean, we've seen the stun grenades, we've seen the Stormtroopers, the G-33s, the Panzer Tactician, and the Tiger Ace. So technically, Batonchik does have a full bingo on elite troops. So thumbs up to Batonchik on that one. In comparison, Jibber's not quite there. I mean, he has seen the time of target ability, and we haven't seen, the priest either, so. That's not, of course, so that Jibber's been playing poorly, just, no bingo. Tiger Ace one's good to go. He did actually this time remember to use the big repair ability. Expediting repairs there, goes on from the east side. But versus two Rob squads here, this is definitely a tougher call there. Need to retreat them, and I need to get some armor support over there, I think. More artillery fire around the center. And again, we see the Jibber launching more of an actual flanking on the west. Very slow, but nonetheless firm. With no immediate response here by Batonchik to try and punish it. We got 148 versus 259. Send the Tiger eastwards here. Those rifle squads will definitely be in trouble against the Tiger Ace. There we go. Jibber just retrieving there, realizing that's going to work out. We do get now the time and Tiger the Blue barrage, but meaning he has almost got a full bingo there himself. If he just goes for the priest, though, I don't think there's much incentive here for Jibber to go for it. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. Sherman going straight for the Pioneers there. Fine way with the Sykes military shells. They're landing a great hit. No mercy there from Jibber. More delayed fuse barrages there from Jibber's mortar half-track. Large corps in for 2 Tiger Ace flying around the Stormtrooping force as well there. 29 kills. And a bunker by the eastern one as well there. So many bunkers here from Batonchik, by the way. And the MD42 team there finally bit the dust. As Jibber's artillery there took it out. He's got a Scott and he's got the mortar. We do get a Stuke here from Batonchik. That's, yeah, definitely what he needs. Like, he just needs more firepower. The question, of course, can Batonchik make use of this firepower efficiently? But the Stuke is definitely, in terms of like, self-propelled source of firepower, the best by far due to its pretty good rate of fire for its cost. There we go. Rouse kill for Tiger Ace and the Stormtrooper. We could see a wipe here, possibly on Jibber. No, doesn't quite get it. Jackson will take out here though. Tiger Ace being pursued here. Pioneers rushing in here. Stormtrooper now being mauled here. Panther going for it and misses. Instead takes several hits from the Jackson. Should have blitzed him. Doesn't have the munitions. He keeps pursuing. He's going to lose the Panther for that. A huge blow here to Batonchik, but he could then go for another Stuke. No, he cancelled the Stuke from Panther. That's like the opposite of a Stuke. Like, it's big, expensive, and again, the armor's not going to matter against 2 Jacksons. Like, he needs Stooks. Like, if he'd gone for 2 Stooks, he could, like, threaten those Jacksons pretty quickly with death alongside the Tiger Ace, but he kind of, like, you know, went a sharp one and he could turn away from what, like, you know, would be useful, which is Stooks. Like, the Panther's just, you know, not going to be useful against double Jacksons and a lot of bazookas, as it just doesn't match them in firepower, and again, the armor doesn't mean a jot against these Jacksons. So I definitely think the Panther here is a grave mistake here by Batonchik. A grave mistake. That was definitely the situation, just like gone for another Stook until the first one was going for, and then used the Stook to back up the Tiger Ace. That I think would have been the end here of a lot of Jibber's armor. Still, getting in there with the Stormtroopers, capturing Jibber's men in some pretty bad positions. Double anti-tank with damaging the engine with the Tiger Ace, which itself is closing in there on the hero level there. That's 73. Panther there flanking the Jackson tank destroyer here. Veteran free gain that could pop the H-Rap rounds here. Other Jackson moving in as well here. There you go, Panther being pushed back. Pax applying some degree of support here, but there you go, heavy damage. H-Rap rounds here, Panther almost knocked out. Thumbs up to Jibber. Tiger Ace and Panther now down, it appears. We got 147 to 118. Batonchik is splitting out Jibber, but the question is how long can he maintain this as a kind of fighting here versus Jibber. Shem there going for the bunker. Pax being hauled eastwards. Should pop this one there, by the way. There you go, Stormtroopers around the and there you go, tactical advance. And oh, so close to wipe there. And instead suffers a full wipe due to the Scott and the rifle blow up there. Quite a blow there to Batonchik. Certainly not the time we can afford losing a veteran 3 Stormtrooper squad. That's really neat ability to like creep up and just, you know, help threaten wipes and Jibber's forces. Whilst, you know, grabbing points while not being shot at. Tiger Ace there, very, very close to the hero level there, Destiny 3. There we go. Got a Tiger hero there. A very powerful opponent there in the right hands. Still, Jibber has a significant force that can just punch very large holes into it very fast. With the Jacksons with their H-Rap rounds. That's pretty much the major issue. And there you go. He's on the offense now. Panthers targeting forward. They got rifle being threatened with anti-tank rifle grenades already, and the Tiger Ace didn't get repaired at all either. Oh, bother. Batonchik here finds himself constrained by his current set of tactics. Like, he really needs to attack Jibber from an unorthodox angle that Jibber can't just immediately just point the Jacksons easily at. Pack being pushed back. Definitely should pop self-repacing, just quick move the Pioneers from the Tiger Ace to the Panther, because that one's going to take some time to repair as well. Also, really should, I think, try and exert more presence on the left side of the map for now. I mean, Jibber's focusing everything in the center east, so west, I think, is a good push. Point to push. Also, I mean, this is quite exposed as well, so if you rest like a good blitz pushy, could maybe like catch you a bit off guard, take out his artillery at least. Wrecking here, but the Jackson's just trying to like open up more lines of fire, but also crucially like deny Batonchik any way to like, you know, creep up on his tank destroyers with the armor using the terrain he leaves frontally. Again, Jibber, he of course highlighting and he's aware that if somehow Batonchik can negate the range advantage of his tank destroyers, Jibber's tank destroyers will be in for a world of hurt. But so far, Batonchik is just not doing a lot towards that. 29 kills on the Ace Tiger, or the Hero Tiger. You got 115 points versus 200. White Fuss being deployed here, further messing there with Batonchik. And he's lost the Gundier squad. He can go for more troops now again. But so far, Jibber is just methodically ripping Batonchik apart, since Batonchik just tactically seems to be kind of frozen at this point. Like, he's just kind of punch drunk, so he doesn't know what to do, and he's at this point just kind of repeating what he's been doing all the time, even when I think it's quite clear it isn't working. So there might be some frustration at work as well here for Batonchik. Fortunately for Jibber, less fortunate for Batonchik. Obviously not a fun time for him. But Jibber is definitely leveraging these tanks as well. It's going for a Sturmpanzer? That's like even worse than the Panther against the Jacksons. And the Jacksons are by far, I think, the major issue right now for Batonchik. The major issue by far. Another reason the Stooks have been great is, once they got veterans who won, their heat shell ability would also been great to help further negate return fire from the Jacksons. And in this regard, again, he's like everything he gets, like, just minimized return fire there from Jibber's tank destroyers. I mean, another benefit the Stooks have over the Panther is, again, just that heat shell ability. You obviously need to get veterans who won first. There's obviously a bit of a caveat there. We've got 37 versus 200. We've got more fighting position in the west here from Jibber, just in case Batonchik may try and make the attempt again. So far, he is completely absorbed in the center of the map here. Like, he is suffering from some pretty intense tunnel vision, I think it's safe to say. Sturmpanzer packs flying away there. Almost got that Sherman finally, but nope, gets away there. Despite everything, the Sherman survived in Canandaigua. The Sturmpanzer's now turned into like a heavily armored whipping boy here as Jibber fires things. He finally takes out the mortar particularly. He's like, it took him an eternity to get there, but he finally got it. Got the fighting position center as well there, but still not great. There you go, fighting position in the east as well. He has so many fighting positions from Jibber. Like, he can't do anything, so he just builds fighting positions. Thumbs up in the end. GG here. A loss for Batonchik, a victory for Jibber. A furious fight here with some great stuff, but again, Batonchik, I feel like, was in part betrayed here. But I think the Panther, again, should have gone for Stooks. But also, tactically, the issue very much remains, out of all of this map, he just kept focusing on this much more narrow line, which made it even easier for the Jacksons to make use of the full range against him. He never tried to, launch attacks from angles where Jibber may not be quite as ready for an attack here. He didn't use the blitzkrieg assaults to, get close and deal damage. There's a lot of things that Batonchik could have done better, and again, instead he just chose a more defensive strategy, which played right into the Jacksons and their heavy range and their H-wrap rounds. So there you go, though. I hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. I hope it gives you ideas in both how to play the Americans, but also how to get, say, the most out of your Stormtroopers, because while definitely Batonchik did some things not as well, I definitely think the way he handled the Stormtroopers was very exemplary and something to learn from. So again, hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, consider donating or pledge on Patreon. Would help me out a lot here, in particular in these economic times. And as you know, pre-order companies fee through the link in the description. This is Imperial Link on the comments. This is Imperial Link saying cheers. See you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.